Best ball season is here, and the ADP is constantly moving. This is the time of year where we, the consumers, start to shape ADP with our decision making. In this ADP battle video, we've got a look at the decision between Deebo Samuel and Chris Olave, who are back-to-back in ADP on underdog right now at 30.2 and 30.8 respectively. So let's get into the arguments in favour of both players, and I'll tell you which one I lean toward for 2023.
Round 1.
Deebo Samuel was the wide receiver 3 in 2021, and when Trey Lance got hurt early in 2022, there were plenty of people sweating their off-season takes that Deebo couldn't repeat. With Jimmy G back under center, it seemed very possible that Deebo could do that, but it never came to pass, with Samuel dropping down a wide receiver 22 in half PPR points per game. Deebo averaged exactly the same amount of rush attempts in 2022 as 2021, 3.4 per game, and while his average yards per game dropped slightly from 21.3 to 19.0, his rushing touchdown rate really cratered from 13.7% to 7.3%. In basic terms, he got far less rushing touchdowns per attempt. His percentage of 10-plus yard runs dropped from 21.6 to 14.6, and he only picked up 8 first downs on 41 attempts. So the rushing work that made him so valuable in 2021 really wasn't there in 2022. This is on top of the limited work in the receiving game, something we should be counting on for a top-tier receiver when we're drafting that high. Out of the top 16 wide receivers currently being drafted, only Jalen Waddle averaged less receptions per game than Deebo's 4.5. But Waddle's air yards per target were triple of that of Deebo's. Deebo also suffered from the Niners' weapons staying healthy, and of course, CMC joining the party. In games without Christian McCaffrey, Deebo averaged 5 receptions and 65 yards. With CMC, that dropped out of 3.8 receptions and 38 yards per game. That resulted in 5 points less per game, with CMC hoovering up a chunk of Deebo's role, all those kind of dump-offs and all those short yard rushes which have been valuable at Deebo in 2021 just wasn't there. While you're here, hit the like button. 50% of you watching this video aren't subscribed. Hit that button, leave me a comment telling me who you prefer to draft out of these two and which ones you want to be more exposed to in 2023.
Round 2.
Chris Olave had a breakout rookie season. Despite the up and down QB players, the team went from Jameis Winston to Andy Dalton. Olave had almost 1,000 yards and had 2.25 yards per team pass attempt. We saw that with Winston, he could be a deep threat, and with Dalton, he could be a QB security blanket. Olave led all rookie wide receivers in half PPR points per game with 10.7, and if it wasn't for missing a couple of games, would have been the rookie wide receiver 1 in total points as well. Olave had the 13th most deep targets at the position, and with a QB upgrade on the way, he's only trending up. The Saints look set to move on from Michael Thomas, and while they do have 2 top 40 picks in the draft, at that range we're unlikely to find someone better than Olave who can take hold of the Saints receiving core and become the alpha in the same way that he's going to. Olave had the 4th highest yards per route run by any rookie since 2000, behind only Odell Beckham, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I mean, that's elite company to be in. You might have guessed where I'm leading here. It's Chris Olave. Everything trends positive for him as long as the Saints get QB right.
Winner!
Meanwhile, Deebo has a messy quarterback situation with Brock Purdy's elbow and Trey Lance's ankle. And he'll face competition from an elite running back, an elite tight end, and Brandon Ayuk is one of the best wide receiver 2s in the league. So that's who I'm drafting more of. Who are you going to draft more of this season? Leave me a comment telling me. Remember to like and subscribe. You can catch details of a subscriber giveaway on our Twitter page at the FF Sanctuary, linked in the comments. Loads more best ball and rookie content on the way, so stay tuned.